सन्मात्रमद्वयमनामयचिच्छरीरं तत्त्वं पदार्थनिगमामृतबोधरूपं कोऽहं विचारमहसैव च बोधनीयम् आनन्दमात्मरमणं शरणं प्रपद्ये।
ओम नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। हरि ओम। కొంచెం పిలిచిపడ్డాము. యస్యాంతన్నాదిమధ్యం నహి కరచరణం నామగోత్రం న సూత్రం నో జాతిర్నైవ వర్ణా న భవతి పురుషో నానపుంసం న చ స్త్రీ నాకారం నో వికారం నహి జనిమరణం నాస్తి పుణ్యం న పాపం తత్వం నో తత్వమేకం సహజసమరసం సద్గురుం తం నమామి. సదాశివసమారంభాం శంకరాచార్యమధ్యమాం అస్మదాచార్యపర్యంతాం వందే గురుపరంపరాం. మౌనవ్యాఖ్యా ప్రకటితపరబ్రహ్మతత్వం యువానం వరిశిష్టాంతే వసదృషిగణైః ఆవృతం బ్రహ్మనిష్టైః ఆచార్యేంద్రం కరకలితచిన్ముద్రం ఆనందరూపం స్వాత్మారామం ముదితవదనం దక్షిణామూర్తిం ఈడే. వేదాంతార్థవిభాసకాయ యతయే శాంతాయ సన్యాసినే నానావాదినగేంద్రసంఘపవయే యోగీంద్రవంద్యాయ చ మోహధ్వాంతదివాకరాయ భగవత్పాదాభిధాం బిభ్రతే తస్మై భాష్యకృతే నమోస్తు సతతం పూర్ణాయ బోధాత్మనే. అపార సచ్చిత్సుఖవారిరాశేః యస్యోర్మిమాత్రం భువనం సమస్తం గుహాహితం తం రమణం గభీరం చింతావిహీనం హృది చింతయామి. దేహం మృణ్మయవజ్జడాత్మకం అహం బుద్ధిర్న తస్యాస్త్యతో నాహం తత్తదభావసుప్తిసమయే సిద్ధాత్మసద్భావతః కోహం భావయుతః కుతో వరధియా దృష్ట్వాత్మనిష్టాత్మనాం సోహం స్ఫూర్తితయా అరుణాచలశివః పూర్ణో విభాతి స్వయం. హృదయకుహరమధ్యే కేవలం బ్రహ్మమాత్రం హ్యహమహమితి సాక్షాత్ ఆత్మరూపేణ భాతి. హృది విషమనసా స్వం చిన్వతామజ్జతావాం పవనచలనరోధాదాత్మనిష్ఠో భవత్వం. యస్మిన్నేవ భవేత్ స్థితం జగదిదం యస్యైవ సర్వం జగత్ యస్మాత్ సర్వమిదం భవేత్ సముదితం యస్మై సమస్తం భవేత్. ఏనేదం నిఖిలం జగత్ సముదయాద్ సర్వం యదేవ స్వయం సత్యం గుప్తధనం తదేవ హృదయే తత్సత్పరం ధీమహి. In every verse of Ulladu Narpadu Anubandham, the essence of the verse is to take the mind inward to the what Bhagavan calls as Hridayam, heart center. To make it abide in one's real nature. This is the essence of every shloka. With that dream only, from various places, devotees have come here. In simple words, we can say the state where the mind becomes pleasant, no more it disturbs. No more it gathers things from outside. See, when we try to sleep also, there is no pleasantness because the dreaming mind, all the dirt that it has gathered from outside, it processes in the dream. So, consciously, very rarely we touch the deepest core. But you have to touch. Every day there will be a dip. Everyone. The Upanishad says even a worst criminal will have a dip in the real self in deep sleep. That is why you are able to live. And that unconscious joy, impression of that infinitude within, is there in atomic insights in the mind. That is what the mind is searching outside. Where will I get the same thing? Where will I get the same thing? The same joy. And that you seek in spiritual life, in meditation. People, when they see the figure of Buddha sitting in meditation, it just fascinates a spiritual mind, not everyone, a spiritual mind. I've seen Bhagavan's photo about 30 years back. Bhagavan was not that much known in Kerala. So that time I was in Kaladi, studying in Kaladi for 3 years. So I will have a photo of Bhagavan in my room. That very old photo, welling bust. And many of my friends, known people, they will come to the room and look at that photo, look at it. Without knowing who he is, they will ask, is he your grandfather? Something captivates from deep, from the heart. Because we are carrying the seed of initiation within us. We need just some outer manifestation to kindle it, to awaken it. So when you see a Buddha meditating, when you see Bhagavan's photo, when you see some sage, saint, an enlightened being's figure, suddenly something leaps within, because the inner one knows it. And that power is called bhavana. The traditional people define it as bhavituhu bhavananukulaha vyapara visheshaha. One who wants to become something, and that destination is already there in seed form. So it fascinates him. So to take the mind to the source and keep it quiet there in the heart, which Bhagavan calls as antarmukham. Once one devotee asked Bhagavan, we know all this. Why is not the mind listening? Why does not it go and sit there quietly? At that time, Bhagavan was doing something. He was doing, what he was doing? The squirrel that Bhagavan was his favorite of Bhagavan, pet of Bhagavan. It has given birth to small little, it looks like worms actually. And the mother squirrel was eaten by the cat. So Bhagavan took those little, what will you call, the squirrel children. He was taking care of them, giving honey to it, something. He was, in his own way, he made it grow, protected it, and a little grown up, it will jump out of the box, a cardboard box. It will jump out of the box and run around the room. While this person was asking this question, Bhagavan was collecting one by one and putting it back into the box. And Bhagavan remarked, these squirrels don't know that the cat is out there. The cat which ate their mother is out there. That is why they are running out. Once they know that there is danger outside, they will by themselves sit inside the cardboard box. Till they recognize it, I have to put it back inside. This is the message. Why the mind is running out? It has not absorbed sufficiently the knowledge that sorrow is there. The vairagya is not powerful. Once the mind perfectly understands, that is the first step. Actually, that is death experience. The devastating state of death experience is absolute vairagya, where you completely know that everything is going to end. With that understanding, when very clearly the mind knows it, it no more waits for you to do it, it will by itself go and sit. See, every day after exhaustion, it longs for going into the heart in deep sleep. Like that in yoga also, in meditation also, the mind will long to sit still, quiet. No more fascination for anything outside. Once this outside world is shutter is put, bahye niruddhe manasah prasannata manah prasade paramatma darshanam tasmin sudrishte bhavabandhanashah bahirnirodhah padavi vimukte. To completely remove the world from your awareness is liberation. Drishya nivaranam, drishya marjanam. இங்கே ஒரு உபதேச சாரத்தில் இருக்கா? என்னது? என்ன? திருஷ்ய வாரிதம் சித் பூரா சொல்லணும். திருஷ்ய வாரிதம் சித்தமாத்மனஹ சித்வதர்சனம் tattvadarsanam. No more the mind goes out. The drishya means the scene. The scene in deep sleep, naturally it is taken away. While you abhyasa, while you practice samadhi, meditation, quietening the mind, you see the invasion of outside world into the mind through all the senses. It is literally invading. So, drishyasya agrahanam katham nu ghadate dehatmana tishthatah. As long as you identify with the body, how to remove this drishya, this scene? So, slowly, withdrawing the mind from the outside world and making it take a dip within. Shankaracharya says, that is true Ganga Snana. Not this outside river dip. Mano nivrittih paramopashantihi. The mind is withdrawn from all the sensory pastures and made quiet, still in the heart. Sa tirthavarya. It is the most holy tirtha. Sa tirthavarya. Sa tirthavarya manikarnika. That is Manikarnika. That is Ganga. Manonivrittih paramopashantihi. Sa tirthavarya manikarnika. Jnanah pravaha vimaladi Ganga. Sakashikaham nijabodha rupa. When the mind becomes quiet, there is that I am, the I, shining as pure consciousness, devoid of any dust of body awareness. That withdrawal is samadhi. Yesterday Bhagavan said, if you can have it while doing the action, action becomes samadhi. If you can have it while engaged in work, even then it is samadhi. To withdraw the mind from the outside world and make it abide in the self, it is needed. You have known what is self-enquiry, but unless you make the mind take a deep absorption within, the mind has two powers, it will just delude you otherwise. Vikshepa Shakti and Avarana Shakti. Avarana Shakti means it just covers, just like deep sleep. Nothing is known. Agrahanam. Nothing is known. Like you put a shutter, with a blanket you cover, like that whole is covered. It is Avarana. And Vikshepa is, from that many things shoots out. Every thought arises with a I. and someone else. And I am talking to him. This is dream. Not only in dream, while awake also the same process will be happening. You are all sitting here looking at me, but behind that, this process is going on. A part of the mind is doing avatara, taking new forms and talking to somebody, imagining many things. So this is Vikshepa Shakti. So to be free of that, Vikshepa Shakti Vijayo Vishamo Vidhatum Nishesham Avarana Shakti Nivritti Abhave. This Avarana must be removed. Attention must be turned towards the beingness, existence. For that only, the Vikshepa is I thought. The I thought is Vikshepa. The Mahattattva and Avyakta. The Vikshepa is I thought. That is the first Vikshepa. Something projects itself from the unknown. In deep sleep, nothing is known. But when you wake up, the first thing that arises is this I thought. The I thought arises, then slowly the mind blossoms. You see the waking, the body, mind, everything comes out. So the I thought is the first Vikshepa. So unless you trace it to the source, you will not find that mere simple existence. So Bhagavan gave this method of tracing the I thought. Dahara Vidya. The I, where from it arises. What is this I? And see, always in waking state it is there. When you become angry, when you desire something, when there is anxiety, to whom? It is to me. Me. And what is this me? What is this I? You just stay with it. Look at it and you find it is me, it is I. That throb within, that pulsation. You just see some mantra is going on as I, me, mine. And just look at it, then you will find that that thread will lead you to the heart center. Hridaya Kuhara, where there is pure peace, śānti. There is mauna. And Bhagavan says there is Arunachala there. Just seek the I thought, you find that the I thought vanishes in the heart and something Purna, whole, infinite, Shanta is there, and that is our real nature. And again you lose your alertness, the I thought jumps out, thoughts comes, mind starts operating. So to keep the mind in the source is Bhagavan calls it as antarmukha. And allowing the mind outward is bahirmukha. So this is nididhyasana abhyasa. Again and again, taking the mind to the source and making it abide in the source. Then you understand that the ego I is a mere delusion, moha. Otherwise we give too much importance to this ahankara. When that ahankara is not there, there is śānti, that peace. And Bhagavan says that is mukti. It's too simple if you understand it like that. Because what are we seeking? Self-realization. What is self-realization? I don't know. Then how will you know if it happens? It is nothing but peace. Undisturbed peace. Peace is there. In peace it is there. But to have incessant peace, because it is not that you will have peace when you don't have any problem. That everyone will have. The moment you are born, you are out for trouble. Problems will be there. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena guruna api vichalyate. Established where even if great trouble comes to you, what did we say last week? What is it? Trouble comes to you? Troubleshwara Mahadeva. That when the Atma appears, Bhagavan appears to you in the form of trouble. It is also his form. Okay, that is another side. When even if the greatest problem comes to you, if you can regain, at least regain. Unaffected is okay, sthita prajñatva. But you have some trouble. Ramakrishna gives a simple method. He says, a householder will have lot of problems. He cannot live without problems. So, very often he has to withdraw. He should have a place, a solitude where he can withdraw and take a bath in satsanga, in japa, dhyana. That is the true bath. Mahabharata, Dharmaputra says, Snanam manomalatyaga. True bath is to cleanse the mind. How can you cleanse the mind? By meditation. So, very often you withdraw, clean yourself. Actually, every day you have to do that. From morning to evening you have activities, interactions, everything, involvements in the world. Evening, you take a dip in the heart. Then you feel completely cleansed. Yadannāt kurute papam tadannāt pratimuchyate. There is a Vedic mantra which says, whatever sin comes to you in the daytime is cleansed by the evening. And whatever comes to you in the night is cleansed in the morning. By night it is gone, by day it is gone. You remain clear like a mirror. Mirror means you have to put effort. Some dust cleaning is needed. You have to cleanse it. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says 3 types of covering comes. One is like smoke covering the fire. You need not do anything. You just fan the fire, smoke will go. When the fire blazes forth, smoke will go. Like that, a light veil is there. And jnana is also there. Experience is there. You need not put effort to remove that obstacle. You just turn your attention towards the experience. Let it blaze forth. The covering will not affect you. It will fall off. The second one is like dust in the mirror. You have to take a duster and clean it. Like that, when you are involving in the world, when things goes inside, disturbance is there, very often you have to withdraw. Go inside and come out fresh, clean. Even to hear it, that is inspiring, right? The inner being will give you that energy, that clarity, that peace, that profound meditative poise. So that must be again and again regained. Cittaṭiṉ śāntiyadē siddhamā mukti. This is a great statement of Bhagavan. Bhagavan says that śānti, that peace is liberation. Peace is realization. What did they get when they came to Bhagavan? Śānti. Even animals were able to sense it. Squirrels were able to sense it. Cows were able to sense it. If you give a talk, they will not understand. If you can do some spiritual practice, deeper experience, everyone will understand. There is a story of Tulasidas. He was doing sadhana to attain a vision of Rama, God in that form. He was doing Ramanama Japa. So every day he will keep a bowl full of water. That is the traditional practice. Do achamana and sit there 3-4 hours. He will do japa, and that water he will pour on a tree there. I think it is a bilva tree. Some tree was there. He will pour the water there, and every day he will do japa and he will pour the water there. One day, from that tree, a strange being came out and doing namaskar to Tulasidas, he said, I am a yaksha. What are you doing in this tree? He said, I was living here. You are doing japa every day and pouring water here. Released me. I was bound here. Your presence has released me now. Your doing japa has released me. So this is, see, the power of sadhana. Meditation is a language which is universal. A little bit you go, language is universal. If I talk, everyone will not understand. If I cry, everyone will understand. A little inward, everyone will understand. Love, everyone will understand. Peace, everyone will understand. The other layers of beings also will get touched by that. Not only the people who see it. So the peace of Tulasidas, that astral being got released. And he asked, can I do you some help? Tulasidas said, what help? I don't want anything. I am striving here, struggling here to attain the vision of Rama. That astral being, that yaksha, he said, I cannot give you that vision, but I can help you. He said, please do that. What should I do? He said, every day evening you are giving lecture. You are giving a talk on Ramayana. Yes. An old man will come in the very beginning, and before everyone gets up, he will get up and go. He will be the last person to go. Catch hold of his feet. You will get the vision of Rama. He is Hanuman. So Tulasidas every day is telling Ramayana. That day he was, see, when you are speaking on Ramayana, and one who was with Rama is sitting before, how will you feel? But he was in full joy. I remembered this story when in Chennai about 10 years back, more than 10 years back, I was talking on Ulladu Narpadu. Kanakama was sitting there. And I felt like that. She is sitting here listening to Ulladu Narpadu. From her only, all of us have heard this text, and her commentary we have got. So that was her last visit there. So Tulsidas that day caught Hanuman. He was talking on Ramayana. This old man came, and in his presence he was talking Ramayana. And after finishing, he just rushed and caught hold of his feet. Said, Lord, please give me that divine vision. That the story is that is how he got that Rama Darshana. So why did we say this story? Yes, the power of śānti, the power of meditation, the power of sadhana. You should move with a clue of experience. The clue is śānti, peace. If you know this, you will not hunt for some fantasy. You know what you are seeking. What you are seeking is śānti. In Bhagavan's presence, everyone found that peace, that profound peace. You know, Paul Brinton, when he came to Bhagavan, he wanted to ask many questions. Actually, he prepared a list. And when he came here to see Bhagavan, when Subramaniam brought him, while he entered Bhagavan's presence, Bhagavan was in that usual, that state of samadhi. The eyes were open, unflickering, still. He thought Bhagavan will welcome him, talk to him. Bhagavan did not talk to him. Bhagavan was just sitting still like a statue. He came and sat there. Minutes passed, hours passed. First some thoughts came, then those thoughts also died. The mind became so still, that the person behind the Subramaniam, he is a regular visitor. So he knows the technique even to think in Bhagavan's presence. Our mind is such a mischievous thing, it can do anything. Somebody told Bhagavan, in your presence the mind is so quiet. If I go home, the mind will be in chaos. Bhagavan said, stay here for 1 week. Here also it will become like that. Because that is the nature. So this Subramaniam was just calling him and prodding him and asked, why you did not ask question? Paul Brinton said, my dear friend, my mind is like a ship which has lost its moorings. It has started traveling in the ocean by the grace, by the wind of grace. Why are you calling to that noisy port? It is just as gone. And there a beautiful sentence is there where he says, now I understand that intellect creates its own problems and becomes miserable by trying to solve them. There is nothing to solve. So the mauna is so powerful. the śānti. Actually, what is mauna? Śānti. You can talk. But if that śānti is there, that is the clue. You should not compromise with anything in your life for the śānti. You should have only one resolve. I can forego anything but not this peace. Bhagavan remained in ashram. All things were happening. He never involved with many of the things because he knows that it is harmful. The most essential thing alone he kept his hand, nothing else. People will bring eatables, he will take a little bit, give to everybody. Some books they will come, bring, he will go through it. But money, if they brings, that for office, not here. The office people will take. Then some devotee asked Bhagavan, why you are not touching money? You are taking food, you are taking books, you are not touching money. Bhagavan said that I cannot eat. So the only need is food is needed, sleep is needed. These are all basic things. Apart from that, you need śānti. Śānti is samadhi. Peace is samadhi. Peace is self. Peace is liberation. Bhagavan says it is mukti, ever attained liberation. With this clue, you move in sadhana. The moment your peace is disturbed, go away from that place. Wherever you get peace, that is why you need satsang. Because the only positive help that you will get in the world is in contact with saints, with scriptures. Satsang is not simply talking. It is either the person must be a liberated sage or it should be based on some scriptures. Then you regain what you lost. Again you come back to the center, thus making the mind roost in peace, in self. That is mukti, that is liberation, that is arunachala. Cittaṭiṉ śāntiyadē siddhamā muttiyeṉiڵ, cittaṭiṉ seygaiyiṉṭṛi siddhiyā siddhigaḷiڵ. All other activities you need to use the mind. See, this is a great sloka actually here. See, anything for which you have to too much think, you have to use the mind, which takes your attention away from the self. Such things you have to. See, Maya means what? Which makes you think. Bhagavan will make you quiet, Maya will make you think. Guru will make you still, quiet. And Maya is the force which makes you think. You take the mobile, it will make you think. Controversies in the world, it will make you think. Attachment makes you think. Aversion makes you think. If you eat too much, it will make you think. Suffering, what is the problem with pain? It makes you think. Yoga chitta-vritti nirodha. The yoga is to quieten the thoughts, cessation of the thoughts. How to make the mind cease, still. Bring it back to the self, to one's swarupa. That is the only resolve. If you, on the other side, if you want to have power, one sadhaka went to Bhagavan and told Bhagavan, someone is taking all my job and he is so arrogant. I cannot argue with him. Bhagavan said, Romma nalladu voi. It is very good for you. Give everything to him and be free. Let him have everything. Let him do everything. You be free. Everything Bhagavan knows in the ashram, things were happening, but his attention will be on those who have completely renounced everything for this, to guide them. Nothing else. Things will be, he will not say don't do this, don't do that, but he will not involve. Sometimes marriages will be happening. Thread ceremony, Yajñopavita will be happening. Some other functions will be happening. They will come and invite Bhagavan inside the ashram. He will simply say, he will go. He will not say a word, because there lies the secret of Swadharma. What I have to do, that I have to do. That is all. Somebody said, Bhagavan, why you are not telling people some sadhana about upasana, japa, other things? Bhagavan said, Enakku iduthaan theriyum. I know only this. He will not say, don't do this. But he will keep quiet. Rituals, outward celebrations, many things, because that is needed for people in certain level. But he will not say no, but he will not go, and by his manners, by his activities, true seekers will learn what to do. During Navaratri, on one of the days, that Divine Mother's idol was decorated with gold. Actually, ashram was much poor at that time, so there was no gold. So some devotee have given their ornaments, they have put all that in the idol. So they wanted everyone to come and see. And that family, they went to Bhagavan and told Bhagavan, please come and see. Bhagavan kept still like a rock. They again and again 2-3 times came to and told Bhagavan. Bhagavan kept quiet. In the evening time, when nobody was there, he just walked, went inside the Madhurabhuteshwara, and Krishna Swami was with him. Looked at the idol and remarked to Krishna Swami, Inniki Ambal tapassala irka. Today the figure is Divine Mother is in tapas. Will she be wearing all this in tapas? He said, during tapas, will she be wearing all these ornaments? Ippudiya irupa. And then he looked down and told Krishna Swami, he was otherwise also a totally non-ritualistic person. He has told all this in the YouTube, it is there. வெளியில ஒன்றும் இல்லை boy. Nothing is there outside. It's all here. ஜாக்கிரதை, மறந்துடாது. Don't forget. Don't lose yourself in outer things. Don't allow the mind to get mixed with the world. If you allow it, it will go and mix like water in milk. That is the Vivekachudamani shloka. Jalapayo jalavad. Like milk and water mixed. Then you should become a Paramahamsa. The great swan. You know the swan, what does it do? It removes the milk from water. Like that, you take only that chit, that chaitanya. You are living in the same world, your attention is on that pure shanti. Chit means shanti. Amidst all this chaos, you have that shanti, that peace. All outer fantastic things, you need mind. cittañcēr vāreṅṅaṉ citta-kalakkam tīrtha. Those who too much use their mind, how can they reach that state free of all turmoil? Too much thinking, too much calculating, too much emotion. Siddhigaḻil cittañcēr. Siddhi I am translating as powers, any form of powers. It is not simply the occult powers. In worldly life also, people are asking us, when we say you can work in the world, but always remember to recollect God. This advice is given by all the devotees. They say you chant the nama of the Lord and work in the world. This advice is okay for the old devotees who are doing farming or pottery. Such devotee story we say. But modern people, they come and ask me, we have to put our whole mind inside the computer. If we do that, we cannot chant nama. And if we chant nama, they will send me home. Sometimes you cannot so much take it for granted. So, Master Mahashay, Ramakrishna's devotee, Mahendranath Gupta, he was always in that spiritual mood. He'll be like that. So, he lost almost 5 or 6 jobs because of that. The last job he got, he had to correct 1600 answer papers. By the time he corrected 500 papers, he had an inner call to go to Vrindavan. The rest of the papers he gave to the superior and said, you do whatever you want, and went away. No, there was one Swami in Kerala, Abhedananda. For him also, Bhagavan was his guru. But he was a great devotee. Always he will be in ecstasy, dancing, singing. And in his former ashrama, before taking sannyasa as a family man, his wife told him to buy some vegetables for making cooking. He was at that time he was playing with his daughter. She said, go and buy some vegetables. So while he was going to get vegetables, suddenly he had a call. He disappeared. And the person who went for buying vegetable returned after 2 years. Then later on, his wife will not send him to buy vegetables, Because she used to say, if I send him for buying vegetables, he will come only after 2 years. So the inner call, the moment when it calls, there is no reason or logic for that. When the divine possesses you, it is like a ghost. It will not wait. Somebody said, you should not be reckless in spiritual life. You can go to full-fledged spiritual life after retirement. Not before that. Then I told, can you tell a person suddenly he becomes mad? You go and tell him, you can become mad only after 60 years. Not before that. This is also like that. What to do? This is a force. No control. Okay. So the real spiritual thing. So this is not madness. This is peace. This is the only thing which is not madness. This is stillness of the mind, peace. And any use of the mind is madness. When you use the mind too much, it is madness. And citta-kalakkam, it is turbulence of mind. It will not settle. Mutti-sukham tōyvār, how will he taste the joy of liberation, which is the very nature of the self, but the mind is making so much noise. Even a whisper of that state is, you are not able to hear it. So, śānti, peace is liberation. Peace is yoga. Peace is Shiva. There is a book on Bhagavan, his last days. A devotee wrote, in the days of great peace. That was Bhagavan's presence. Even now, that is what we are feeling. Paul Brendan says, like some fragrance comes out of udubati, incense sticks. Like that, peace comes out of the Maharshi. That is realization. An enlightened person just gives out that fragrance of peace, that śānti, mauna. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.